Hello everyone, in this video I will tell you about how to add a source file and a header file, that means your driver file properly in STM32 Cube IDE. Suppose if you want to develop a low level API driver file for your project, so here I am trying to develop a file called header file called STM32 It's device specific header file which will contain all the macros and base address of all the registers and peripherals. So we can also add clock enable and disable the macros to this header file. So this will be our base header file for our specific device. This is device specific. In my case it is STM32F407 base microcontroller. So suppose if you want to create such a header file, you can create a folder in your current project. It is STM32F407 driver project. You can see here the drop-down menu is actually activated and you can see all the folders inside that particular project, and you can right click, go to new and create folder, and then I named the folder drivers. Then I created two subfolders by selecting that folder and again doing the same process I did earlier. And so here you can see include and source folders. After that I created a STM32 407xx.txt header file on the include folder. Usually this include folder will contain all header files, and the source folder will contain .c file which contain the function definitions and other things. So it's very simple. Again, right click the include folder, go to new and then select header file from here. Give it a name. In my case, once again I give it name STM32F407xx.txt. Try to give explicit name, that will be better. The name which will closely related to your device, so that even after many years if you see that particular header file you know what it means. Okay. So once you did that, you can press, usually what we'll do the next step is you will press or right click and select build project, and you will get this error. You can see here 3 error, and the main error it shows there is no folder called STM32 407xx.txt, no such file or directory. Yeah, this will happen. Let me explain what is happening. Our STM32 Cube IDE still cannot locate this particular file, so we need to specify the path to this file. That's the next step. That's the step I like to explain this video, the whole point of this video. It's very easy. It's called build path. So let me show you how to do that. You need to go to your project properties. You can right click the particular project, then go to the bottom side, you will get the properties. Either you can press the shortcut Alt Enter. After that you need to go to C++ build section. There you can go to settings, then you need to on the C++ build section, under the settings tab you will get a bunch of options. Here you can see MCU GCC assembler. Since we are not dealing with assembler and we are still trying to specify the path of our header file to the compiler, we need to go to the MCU GCC compiler section. Here you will find include path. Okay, MCU GCC compiler section, under that you will find include path. Here you can give the path. There is already an include file there. It's related to the default settings for our project. And so addition to this path you need to add your current driver folder path. So it's very easy. Here you can see 3 or 4 options, under which you need to press this green button which says add path. Then in this case we need to select our directory from the workspace instead of file system. If your header file or driver file resides outside of your workspace or your project folder, you need to go to the file system. In my case, as you have seen, I created that particular folder inside my workspace. Simply that means inside my project. So I can go to workspace, then I can select my project and there look for the drivers folder. From there, never select the drivers folder. When you specify path to particular header file, you should always select the include folder because it contains the header file. So just select the include folder under our drivers folder, then select the include folder, then press OK, then apply and close. That's it. Then you can try to recompile or rebuild the project again. So let me rebuild the project, and yeah, 0 error, 0 warning. So this is one thing sometimes most of the beginners will get confused. So I think in almost all IDE we need to define path. Even if you compile this same project using ARM non EAB GCC compile on a terminal, we need to locate and we need to make specify the path. Usually that is done by using a makefile. I will try to explain what is a makefile in the future video. You can do the same thing without an IDE, but you need to know how to write a makefile. Anyway, that's the topic for another video. I hope you people understand the content of this video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.